Hello and welcome. So, what I wanted to do is show you how to get your end of the year review guide and then how to use it. So, let me just go straight into this because I think it's going to be very easy once you see it. I'm really excited about this particular project. I love that I love this guide, and I've been using it myself now. This beginning of the year, I've just been diving so deep into this retreat. So I'm going to go to my website here and we'll just go and find it and I'll see if I can order it myself. This will be a test. It's right there under end of the year. The idea is to use the word new year at checkout. There is a $60 value to this. So when you hit new year, it takes it away. There's no more move this away. It takes it to zero, which is great. So let's go to view cart. So that's how you add it. You just click, click, click. And I will wait, and you enter the promo code here. New year. Apply. See, and it goes to zero. We love that. All right. We go to checkout. This is the tricky part because I'm going to use my own email address and we'll see if it works because I am, of course, the person who, let me use this one. No, let me try this one. Of course, this is the email from my business, but I'm hoping that they'll let me do this. And my first name is Catherine. It always asks you, these are just the basic questions. Just so you know, even though it asks you for your phone number, I am never going to be calling you because I personally hate the phone. So I'm not going to be calling you, but it's just one of the things they ask. You've got everything you need here. So you're going to get the guide and you're not paying any money and you're going to continue. There we go. It's just going to make sure it has your information, review and place order, and then you place the order. And this is the important part because I think some people were not finding where their guide was. And so I'm going to show you because it's in two places. So here it is here. If you just, this is the page that comes to you. This is your thank you for ordering. And I do thank you for ordering always. And here's your guide, end of the year review guide. So you can download it right there, which is great. There it is. Boom. But I also want to show you if you miss that page, because sometimes it happens to me, like I will be on a website and then I end up missing that page and I walk away from it for some reason and I can't see it. Then you're going to want to go here and it should come up. You should have a thank you. Here we go. So you're going to get, of course, I just got an order. Yay, it's for myself. You're going to always get 2 emails. Now, why 2? Because I can do a lot of things, but I don't necessarily know every single detail on how to do the back end of business of a Wix business, So it is what it is. I'm sorry. I thank you twice. Just think of it as like, oh, I got thanked twice. But I think because you're going to get 2 because it's a downloadable thing. So this is the one you get if you bought a hat or you do a product or service with me. But this is the one you're going to get because it's kind of downloadable. So you want to look for the one with the number on it. And if you go there and you scroll through this just down here, there's the download again. So you can download it again. So you have that in your email box. And I believe, I do want to point out that I do think it says, let me see. I think it gives you have 30 days to download it. Okay, so that's something. But just put it in just download it and you have it and you'll be fine. So now we have it downloaded. And now I want to show you how to upload it to a PDF reader. Now, PDF readers, you can use Adobe, you can use Foxit, you can use anything. If you're wondering what to use, what I would do is just look up here, PDF reader, and see what comes up. I personally like Foxit, but this will give you all the different options and they're free to download. So, that's use whatever you want. So this is the one I use, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go here. Hold on a second. I got to move my little Zoom box that you can't see, but I can see it. I'm going to go here and just kind of minimize that, minimize this. And here's my PDF reader down here. So I'm going to open this up and I'm going to go here to file and go to open. Come on. open, and my downloads, go here. It's a little bit slow because of the fact that we are on, here it is. I'm going to open this. This was part of my retreat I was doing. I'm working on this notebook myself. So it might come up looking like this. And when you look at, you're like, how do I get the picture to work? You just kind of come down here. Let me make this big because then it'll let me do these things. See, it's at 8%. So I just kind of want to move it to about that. And there's your retreat book. I personally, if you can see down here, there's all these different options on how to look at it. I like to look at it like this because I like to look at it like a book, a workbook. So what you're going to do is you've got the hand. So you click on that. And then you have on your arrows on your keyboard, you just click the arrow that's going that way. And it takes you to the next page. This will tell you how to use it, which is exactly what I'm doing here. And then you go into the whole project here. So it tells you what to gather. This is actually a little retreat. It can be a review guide. Your retreat can last what, like an hour or two. You can have a cup of coffee and just do this. If you're like me, I'm taking, the whole week and doing it. Actually, I took 2 weeks because I really just wanted to take my time with this. It was a gift to myself. I do that every year at the end of the year. I usually do a 1-week retreat. And this year I decided to give myself 2 weeks. So I did the week after Christmas and the first week of January. And I think I'm going to move forward and just continue on for the whole first quarter, possibly the whole year. But that's a whole nother thing. That's something I'm working on, my retreat zone. So this just tells you about things that you can use, that because you can do this without doing it online. You can actually just do this retreat, use the prompts in your own way. I personally don't like to handwrite so much anymore. So I really like this online version. And then it goes into the year and your review. So these are all your little questions and prompts. So when you want to do something, you hit the typewriter and it gives you the options to choose your font. There's different font choices. There's different numbers. You just click where you're going to be. And then you can actually, once you click on it, you can do all these things. I like Avenir Light. And I'm going to put it at 16, so it's a little bit bigger. And then you can just write in your word. And you can type in however you want. And when you go to the next question, you just go here. Yes, I did. And then you can list what your wins are. So that's the idea, is that you're actually using this and thinking about it. And what I want to say, as far as like these questions, especially in a year like 2020, the instant answers are going to be possibly on the negative side. And I get that. But I do think that you probably did have some wins. If you are living and breathing, then that is a win in 2020. So, dive a little deeper than just like, my year sucked and this happened. Use the spaces you want. But what I'm trying to get it to a point is that it is an all in how you view it. And so I just would suggest that you look for the blessings when you can. Okay, so I'm going to hit the hand again so I can kind of flip through a few more pages. So you're going to see there's going to be all these little questions for you to answer. And they're deep dive questions. So, you might need to just journal on them. You might say, you know what, I actually have more than I can fill in the space. So that's fine. Just take it to your journal and ask yourself the question. And there will be some blank pages here. So like throughout the whole thing, there's blank page or two, and you can actually continue on your work. And then we go into the edit, and the edit is going to be a viability retreat as well. So this is where you're going to see everything that you've been doing, and you're going to decide if you're going to keep it or not, real straight up. So I'm going to ask you to list everything you're doing. And so you can, pop in here and you can say, I have the mode, which is one of my programs that I offer, and I can list hats. One of the things I did, I can list client work sessions. And you just kind of list it down. And if you want to move things around, just hit the hand, and then you can kind of, get that if you're going to be real picky and you want it to be perfect. And I like to make things kind of perfect. So you have all those options, which is really, really great. So then from there, you write what's working. So this is going to be a list of everything that you're doing in your business. And this is going to be a list of everything that is actually working, meaning that you're happy about it and you're making money with it. And it's a win-win and it's fabulous and you love it. And that's what goes in that list. Okay. And then you have a what's not working, like what's not working right now, and that might be because of what 2020 was and still is in 2021. There might be some things that you did that were not working so much now. That's a really important list. So make sure you fill that up. What's a keeper? Working effortlessly, worth the investment, worth the wait if needed. In this one in here, in the what I do, it's also asking, ask yourself, like, what are you investing in too? Like, who are you working with? What are you investing in? Because that's important. Is it worth the investment? It's part of your products and services, but it could be also what you're doing in general. And then what's to be released. And there's some really good prompt questions that are not in this particular guide, but they're on my Instagram profile. If you go there in my highlights under viability, I list all the prompting questions that are really good to help you decide what's going to be released. And then we have a top 5, because of course we can't do everything at the same time. So I kind of ask you to think about, what do you want to make your main focus? And then we do an ideal week. So this setting your course is about actually thinking about what you want your week to look like. So this is not necessarily what your week looks like, but more like, what would be the ideal week? We want to create the ideal life. And so we start with it physically being written down. So you have a little sheet there to do that. Then you have an ideal month, what you can do. And then you have this wonderful little work year, which I love because I wanted to see it on both pages when I'm planning out my year. And you can just fill this in as you want. You can just say, May retreat, whatever you want to do, you can just fill that in, which is a really great thing. And the other thing I want to show you too, this is on Foxit. If you want to highlight something, you hit area highlight and you pick a color, and then you can kind of go here and it highlights it. All right. So that just gives you another option as you're doing this. It might even be something that I wrote that makes you think like, wow, you know what? I like this word right here. I want to highlight reinvent myself, and I want it to be in orange. So you just hit that and that, and you're done. This is a very fun, it's not just fun, it's actually really functional. A lot of times we have a problem thinking about, what do we want to like post for, what should we post? What are we doing? I wanted to add in a little social media calendar. So this gives you ideas for 30 days. And you don't have to do them all in the same form. You can just say like, what, I don't know what to post today. Pick one. Just go and pick one off of this list and post it. So you're actually getting something done. So I really, really love that. And then we have a little bit more area for you just to journal in your highest vision. Okay. So you can really write out what you want for your year. And that, my friends, is the end of the year retreat review guide. And I hope that you take me up on this. It's a free offering. Use the end of the year. You've seen how to find your downloads. And yeah, I hope you have some really good insights with it. I'm having an amazing retreat myself. I'm going to go dive back in now. Okay, bye.